For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a bit of a review video on a new product from Outwell. So this here is the Outwell Knightdale sort of 6P and then 7P. So the Knightdale is a sort of a new model for 2020 and it does reflect some similar models in their sort of 2019 range. So it's sort of very similar in terms of size-wise to the Woodburg in sort of the 6 and the 7. So this kind of almost takes over that, but with a lot more features built into the tent and making it, again, probably even better sort of value for money. On the essence, the sizing, like I said, is all about sort of the same. So you've a great sort of free zone tent with a good sort of sleeping area at the back, main living area, and then also enclosed front awning area, which gives you the ability to use, you know, very versatilely to have it open or closed. And in that case, sleep an extra person inside of there if you've got someone who wants their extra bit of privacy. There are numerous features that have been updated for the 2020 season, one of which, obviously, as you can see, is the colour. It's quite a different kind of blue. Actually, initially I wasn't overly sure about it, but more and more I see it, actually, it does have a lot more, it looks a bit sharper and certainly a bit different to the grey from what you see from other manufacturers, and also a bit of green. I'll just throw the dog frisbee. Okay, Arch. So other things you can visually see as well is something like the initial addition of a rain-safe canopy door into the awning area, which I think is a really nice feature. Something other manufacturers launched sort of back in 2019, and going forward in 2020, I think it's quite an avid feature to have in the tent. Really means it gives you is the flexibility to have that as sort of like a sealed enclosed area and not have to worry about the water coming down and into the tent straight away. Plus it gives you the flexibility of leaving the front part fully meshed open for circulation and just nip out when it's sort of chucking down or wherever it does turn. So the door is quite a nice added change. And you get a really good, nice big solid window in there with a curtain to get the privacy when you want to as well. And you can just roll it open and then toggle it back behind. So it's just a single sort of fiberglass pole in that point. But the joys of with this kind of particular tent is obviously the quick and easy to put it up because it's inflatable. So you've got only 5 inflatable beams. Took myself about 10 minutes to pitch it up, and you can check out that on our own Attwoolls pitching videos we do on this particular model. Nice and simple. All you just peg it down first, pump it up, and you're good to go. So it means that something this sort of size you can still take away for a weekend and sort of live with a bit more comfort, because you haven't got to spend the best part of half an hour putting a tent up after a 3-hour drive to wherever you're going. So it gives you a lot more flexibility that you can take away for weeks or weekends. Generally, Outwell as a whole, obviously a very well-known brand, and the sort of modifications for 2020 really do make it sort of stand out in terms of sort of better value than when you were getting last year. So things like obviously the additional door on the side with the canopy is a really good little extra. You've also got things like webbing and storm straps located on the front and the back to help give it extra torsion and extra stability as and when you need it. You've still got things like low-level ventilation. So low-level ventilation to allow a good sort of circulation of air to help sort of fight condensation, but also make it feel a bit more comfortable in terms of the temperature inside of it. Slightly tinted windows as well gives you sort of a bit more privacy, but also allows plenty of light in. But there's curtains on the inside, which we'll look at in just a moment. Also, there's a really nice big mesh vent right at the back, which you can open up or not to help with circulation. Yet again, just make it a bit more comfortable inside the tent. One point is actually which makes this certainly different from other models and manufacturers is the full frontal mesh door. So other manufacturers normally you have to buy this as an extra. So this is actually included on the model and it's sort of prefixed in. So you've got the flexibility of having a normal solid door in place with a nice big window. Alternatively, there's a second door completely, which is a mesh. So you can, if you want to, this whole part here, if I can reach the thing from the outside. So you can sort of roll that back if you want to, have that sort of fully open. So you remove that back and roll it back and tie it back. And then you can have full sort of amount of air running through the actual awning itself. Other updates for 2020 is they've basically redone the pump. So you've got a much more robust and sturdier pump for the 2020 season, which I think, yet again, is a much needed sort of update. What you've also got as well, which it kind of changes the perspective of the tent, is more on the internal side of things. The sort of, well, that and the sort of update for the tube. So For 2020, they're basically using a TPU bladder rather than a PVC. Now, what that means is basically it's going to be more robust, stronger, and a bit more durable as well. So generally, I think it's a really nice update. And if you've read anything about sort of maybe tents in 2019 season, there was a little bit of an issue that they sort of accommodated. Outwell very happily took all the tents back, put them back onto the market, completely rectified. So it's something they've changed going into 2020, gone back to a really nice TPU beam, just to help that sort of durability side of things. But let's have a look on the inside and talk through a few more unique features on this particular Knightdale. So now inside the Knightdale, you can kind of get a bit more idea for certainly the layout that we're talking about here. So with me, what I've got is the 7 version, which got sleeping at the back, the main living area, obviously the canopy area as well. Now, the thing that like I said to talk about is the 6 has a 5 at the back, or the 7 has a 6 at the back with an extra berth bedroom in here, so you can accommodate an extra person inside. The joys of it is actually that could be obviously up and down as you please. So if you don't want to accommodate that extra person, or your kids staying over and got a friend, or a teenager wants their privacy in their own bedroom, that's where putting them kind of as far away as possible from the back section where you're sleeping is a great little extra. So something that is included in the tent, and it's got a door into the canopy itself. Alternatively, there's a secondary door into the living area as well. So you've got complete functionality of having them sort of go and come as they please, really. And it's something you could say probably for 90% of people, don't use the bedroom, just use that for extra room. Where you come from? What you've also got as well, also said, is the canopy area, which like you've got the option of the close. So you can have it completely enclosed at the front. Alternatively, you have that full mesh to allow air in, as we saw from the outside. Everywhere you've got a really nice big open windows to get you plenty of light and visibility, but also, like I said, you've got a tinted windows on, so you actually get a bit more privacy than you necessarily would. Curtains are supplied pretty much all the way around as well, and they're toggle curtains, so you can kind of pick and choose kind of what height you want to have them at. So you can either go sort of fully up to the top, alternatively you can have them sort of halfway, folded over, or if need be, take that down, roll it away, and there's a little sort of retainer toggle just down there to keep it kind of at bay, really. Let's just keep that nice and tidy. There you go. So moving on to the main living area, you've got quite a seamless, no sort of lip coming in and out. So there's no sort of trip hazard, quite nice. So if you've got smaller kids, or even just if you've had too many to drink, you're not going to have to worry about flying into the tent. The divisional door between the area has a complete zip as well. So you've got the option that you can completely enclose that if you wanted to. And as you can see, 2 nice big mesh panels throughout the whole tent to allow you, again, circulation of air. I'm going to keep going on about it throughout it. If you don't want that sort of rigidity, you can actually zip it up, have your privacy when you want to as well. So it just kind of keeps it all nice and neat. And then alternatively, obviously, if you haven't got the bedroom place and you want to sort of completely remove it back, you can unravel it. There's a toggle point there. I'll do a bit of a rush job just for the sake. Toggle that back, and it kind of flows quite nicely again. It now becomes one big open area. So you've got a whole amount of space there. So again, great for versatility. You've got a ground sheet supplied with the actual front part, which you can choose to have in or remove. And actually it sort of toggles up a little bit to create that kind of bathtub feel. So you're going to make it feel as part of the tent and fully enclosed. A good amount of height throughout a tent, especially in the corners due to kind of the arch beams, allow you to have make it feel a bit roomier inside. Yeah, and each beam's done individually, and it's a really nice sort of strong sort of dinghy kind of valve, something similar to what you see on high-end dinghies. Alternatively, like Outdoor Revolution use the same valve, so it's very much tried and tested as well. Now, big updates for the 2020 season, first of which is much a darker bedroom. So you've got a nice darker bedroom to hopefully give yourself a bit more longer sleep up, so you're not going to wake up at the crack of dawn in the morning. You've also got the added ability of there's a zip divider now. So that sort of just again, it's something that differentiates itself from other models from other manufacturers at this price point as well. You don't see too many with a zip divider. You've also got a new sort of tracking system. So on sort of the front, that being there and that being there, there is like a little bit of a beading, and Outwell now supply these additional sort of hooks or clips, if you will, that happily sort of clip onto there and gives you a hanging point wherever you want to along that sliding part. It's very similar to basically the Vango Skyhook system, but it's just kind of their own twist. Difference being with the Vango you have to slide them on. With this, it's just like a little clothes peg kind of thing. Clips on there, and then you create a hanging point between one point or another. So it's quite a neat little system. Moving back into the bedrooms, another new feature is with the darkening, you've still got a nice big mesh panel at the front to allow plenty of sort of circulation of air. But that sort of zip divider really helps to give that extra level of privacy. It's admittedly it's zipped on the sides, not on the bottom, but like I said, not other models at this sort of price tend to have that feature. A new feature for 2020 season is their quick and quiet bedrooms, which a bit wordy, but the purpose of it means that you can, on the right hand side bedroom, majority of all the Outwell tents, you don't have to have the zip to zip it up the whole time. You can actually come and go as you please without using the zips. Basically uses magnets down the side. So for argument's sake, you can just, and then the magnets basically put themselves back together to kind of close it up. So you've got sort of perfect flexibility, and it just sort of kind of keeps it all neat and tidy. So it's quite a nice little thing. And again, if you don't like the feature of that, you can just, as a separate zip down there, just to fully kind of just use it as a normal door with two zips yet again either side. But I think it's quite a nice little feature. And again, you've got things like extra storage pockets built onto the actual inner itself, a cable entry point down here to run mains into there so you can charge your phone. There's storage pockets within the actual inner tent itself. So located down on the inside of here, there's inner bedrooms. And the same on both sides. So again, you've got the real option. Doesn't matter where, where the power point is coming throughout the tent. You can get power into the actual inner tent as well. Cable entry points located on the side, yet again to have the mains power into the main body of the tent. So yeah, main sort of features going forward 2020 to highlight really. Darker bedrooms. You've got a new hook system, webbing straps front and back, beam update, the extra brow side part, the zip diameters have gone up a size each across the whole tent. You've got a new colour. One more, I'm sure of it. Oh yeah, the zip into the main body as well. So you've got quite a lot of more newer features on the 2020 version. And I think that makes it, a really quite smart price point. So I think probably this, like I said, the 7's could be more popular than the 6, but it does give you a lot of flexibility. Oh, magnetic doors, how can I forget that? But I think the 7's going to be one that we're going to certainly look to have up our indoor display showroom. So that's kind of our little video review on the Outwell Knightdale 6 and 7.